So students, you know, last time we have seen about double integrals in polar coordinates. In polar coordinates. Okay, there we have seen the examples based on the polar coordinates of this type. If the function is of r and theta, then here we write down dA. dA is what? R dr d theta. Okay, and this is solved on the region R. And also we have seen there at that time in the last lecture that the relation between Cartesian coordinates and polar coordinates was x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. And by using this fact we have seen that x square plus y square equal to r square. Okay, and theta equal to tan inverse y upon x. So this kind of situation we have seen, and also we have seen the examples based on polar coordinates. Now let us see the examples which are given into Cartesian forms, which are given into Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates means x and y, and this can be converted into polar form r and theta. So we will see examples which are given in Cartesian coordinates x and y and which can be converted in terms of r and theta, so as the solving process of the example becomes very simple, because sometimes the examples given in Cartesian coordinates becomes very difficult to solve. Instead of this, there exist some examples which can be solved easily by using polar coordinates. And to do this, what will we do? Then let us see. To do this, we will have, suppose the problem is given into this form, f of xy over some region R. X and y are Cartesian coordinates. Then this problem can be converted into polar form. That means the function of r and theta by putting x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, and this dA I will just write down as dA xy. dA simply is subscript, I will write down dxy. That means this dA is nothing but dx dy or dy dx. Okay, and here I will write down dA over r theta. This dA r theta is nothing but it is r dr d theta. So we can convert the problem into this form. So if we are given dx dy, then also we can have to write down this as r dr d theta. Okay. So this will be understood to you directly by considering the example. Now let us see one example. Evaluate double integration x square plus y square x dx dy over the positive quadrant of the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. So just you read the question carefully. We will solve it now. So see here, in this the problem is given in terms of Cartesian coordinates directly. So we can also solve the same problem in the same coordinates, that means in terms of x and y directly without doing any other process. But if we will convert this problem into polar form, then the solving process of this example will become very simple. And actually it is not advisable to do this kind of process, that means conversion of Cartesian into polar coordinates to all the problems. There are some problems which can be converted into polar form that become simple when, as a region, if we are given circle, or if in the integral we are given just like x square plus y square, then this kind of problems are easier to solve in polar coordinates. And one more thing, if it is asked in the problem itself that solve this problem by using polar coordinates, then whatever the region is there, whatever the function is here, you must have to apply polar coordinate system. Okay, here nothing is asked, so it depends upon us whether we solve it in its original form or whether we convert this into polar form. But here I came to know that the region is a circle, and here again x square plus y square is given, so the problem will become easier, and this you will understand from the solution process. See here the limits of the problem are not given, so obviously we require to draw the figure as I told to you. So this is the circle, so I will draw the circle x square plus y square equal to a square. So radius is a. So this is the equation x square plus y square equal to a square. We will write down here, and it is again given that over the positive quadrant, that means we will consider this part only, the part of circle, okay, not the whole circle, because positive quadrant is the first quadrant. You must be like, this is first quadrant, it is second quadrant, it is third quadrant, it is fourth quadrant. Okay, so we will consider here x and y both are positive, so it is known as positive quadrant. Now we want to make the use of polar coordinates. So first we will have to write down here, using polar coordinates, what will we get here? Here we will get the limit. First we will get the limits of r and then the limits of theta. And already in the last lecture we have seen how to determine the limits of r and theta. When we want to determine the limits of r and theta, then draw an oblique line passing through origin. Always passing through origin. You cannot draw in this way. Okay, oblique line, and that must pass through origin. Okay, and also I told you that if we want to integrate first with respect to x, then we were taking straight line parallel to x axis anywhere in the region. And if we want to integrate first with respect to y, then we consider the straight line parallel to y axis, and this can also be considered anywhere. So here I have considered this straight line whose one end point is fixed and this point is rotating. That means suppose if we consider a string tied at one nail here, and if we rotate this, then this was the covering of the region. So here we will determine the limits of r. At origin r equal to 0. R means the length, distance. Okay, and here r. At this end point, what is r? Here the equation is x square plus y square equal to a square, and this is the boundary of the circle. So this equation will become r square equal to a square. R square equal to a square means r equal to a. Okay, so obviously this length is a, and also you know that the radius of the circle is a. Okay, now we will determine the limits of theta. So to find out the limits of theta, this point is fixed and this point is moving, so we will start from this point. So always we will start from positive x-axis to measure the angle. So here we will consider theta equal to 0, and then we will move in this direction, and we can reach up to this because the region is given in the first quadrant only. So this is from 0 to pi by 2. Okay, pi by 2 angle is covered. So now, therefore our problem I will become double integration. Here x square plus y square equal to r square because we are using polar coordinates. X is what? R cos theta. And dx dy is what? Dx dy is r dr d theta. So you don't forget to put r, additional r over here. And the limits are from 0 to a here and 0 to pi by 2. Suppose if you have solved this problem directly, then what would happen? Then suppose if you consider the straight line parallel to x axis, then the limits of x we could have determined first and then that of y. So x is 0 here. And what is x here? The equation is x square plus y square equal to a square. So x is root of a square minus y square. And the limits of y are what? See, y axis. It is from this point to this point. Here it is 0 and here it is a. So integration will become what here? X cube here. So x raised to 4 by 4. If you will put this, then again it will become a square minus y square. And if root a square minus y square will come in the inside the integral, then the integration will become difficult. Instead of this, you will observe that the integration becomes very easy. So now see, we will solve this one. So this equal to 0 to pi by 2, 0 to a. This is what? R square into r cube, and this is r. So r raised to 4 into cos theta d theta. So here you must observe that the limits of this integration are constant. These are also obviously constant. So these are constant. So when we integrate and if we put the values, then we will get constant values. So this will be taken outside the integration. So integration becomes more easier. So if we consider here this kind of variable situation, when we solve directly, then it will appear inside the integral, and in the integration will become more complicated. Whereas here the integration becomes very easy. Okay, and first integration is with respect to r. So here dr d theta with respect to r. So we can find out its integration. Cos theta can be taken outside. So its integration is r raised to 5 by 5. But here one more thing, just I would like to add one more thing, that here r and theta terms both are separate terms. They are not mixed. That means they are not written like this, r square plus cos theta. So they are mixed. We cannot separate out them. But they are in product form. So they are separated. And also see both the limits are constants. These are always constant. But these limits are also always constant. So we can integrate this part in a single step. That means here r raised to 5 by 5, 0 to a, and cos theta is the integration sin theta. And this is the limit 0 to pi by 2. So we can do this within one step instead of, because if you solve this like this, suppose cos theta is common, it has the integration r raised to 5 by 5, 0 to a d theta. Then obviously I told you that these are the constant limits. So it will become constant, and this constant can be taken outside. Then finally it will remain sin theta, cos theta only. So this is the same thing. So you can also follow in this way, or you can also follow in this way. So here, if we put the value a raised to 5 by 5, 0 when we put, then it will become 0. Here sin pi by 2 is 1 and sin 0 is 0. So this has the answer a raised to 5 by 5. Okay. So you must have observed that when we convert the problem into polar form, then it becomes very, very easy. Okay. So just you note down this example and write it down. So you must be observing here that the concept of double integral and the solid procedure of double integral examples are very, very easier. Once if you will understand the concept behind its nature, then nothing is difficult. Everything is very simple. But you will have to understand the problem and then go slowly. You will get the answer very easily. Okay, so now I will erase it out, and here one more example, let us see. Integrate so if this example, if you will be able to solve this example, then you will be solved to so you will be able to solve any kind of example based on polar form. So integrate f of xy equal to log of x square plus y square divided by root x square plus y square over the region 1 less than or equal to x square plus y square less than or equal to e by changing to polar coordinates. So see here, in this example, it is directly given to convert into polar coordinates. So we must have to follow this process. We cannot change it. But however, if it is not given, these words are not given, this sentence is not given, then also we will have to make the use of polar coordinates, because by looking at the function, you can see the direct integration is very difficult. Somehow it is not. It seems to be not possible. So we need to convert this into polar coordinates. So solution. So first of all, let us see. We want to integrate this function over the region. So we will draw the figure x-axis, y-axis. So here 1 less than or equal to x square plus y square less than or equal to e. That means x square plus y square lies between 1 and e. That means the region will lies between x square plus y square equal to 1 and x square plus y square equal to e. It lies between these two curves. So x square plus y square equal to 1 is a circle with radius 1. Okay? And x square plus y square equal to e is also a circle. And we know that e equal to 2.73. So obviously this circle is larger than this circle. So 2.713. So this is the circle x square plus y square equal to 1. We must mention the names over here, and this is the circle x square plus y square equal to e. So the region is lies between these two circles. So this is the region between the whole region, because here nothing is asked. It is nothing is asked. That means nothing is given that we will have to consider this in the first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant. So whole part we will have to consider. Okay, and we want to convert this into polar coordinates. Therefore, the limits are first we will determine the limits of r, then the limits of theta. And to determine the limits, we will always draw an oblique line passing through origin. This point is always fixed, and this point is moving. This point is moving. Okay. So obviously always draw an oblique line passing through origin. Now we will determine the limits of r. But see this strip line. This strip line touches the region, that is boundaries, at these two endpoints. One point is here and second point is here. So what is over here are, this point lies on this circle. This point lies on this circle. So where the point is, that is not important, as I told you in case of x and y also. This point is on this circle, and this circle is the equation x square plus y square equal to 1. So in polar form, this equation become r equal to 1, because r square equal to 1. So r equal to 1. So here this lies on the circle r equal to 1. And similarly, this endpoint lies on this circle, and this circle is the equation x square plus y square equal to e. So r square equal to e. That means r equal to square root of e. So it is square root of e. Okay, 1 less than or equal to r less than or equal to square root of e. Then we will determine the limits of theta. Theta is the angle. We will try, this is the point fixed and this point is moving. So we will start this point moving from here, and here we will consider theta equal to 0, and then we will rotate in this way, and to cover the whole region. You can see that it is covered up from 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is the limit. Okay, therefore now our integration problem, we want to integration, double integration. There are two variables x and y. It is simply written integrate, but there are two variables, so obviously we require to find out double integration. So x square plus y square divided by root x square plus y square. Here we will write down dA instead of dx dy over the region R. You must mention the region over. And now by converting this into polar form, what will happen? Here x square plus y square equal to r square. Okay, and this is also x square plus y square equal to r square square root, so r. And this log of r square, we can also write this as 2 log of r. And this dA is what? R dr d theta. dA is r dr d theta. And the limits are 1 to root e and 0 to 2 pi. Okay. So this r and r will be cancelled. So what will happen? This r and r will be cancelled. Now one point just I would like to add over here, that in last example, so it was not discussed, but here I will discuss. Here I have put x square plus y square equal to r square. In the last example also you have seen that we have considered a circle x square plus y square equal to r square, a square, and that means we have seen that it is r equal to a. But inside the integration we have substituted x square plus y square equal to r square. So we have not substituted r equal to a. So see the difference. Here x square plus y square equal to r square is written. R square is written, not x square plus y square equal to r square equal to 1 or r square equal to e is written. Why? Because this region is only to determine the limits. Region and the regional equations. Region and the regional equations are only to determine the limits. And this is the functional form. This is the functional form. So we cannot put here x square plus y square equal to a square, because if we put a square, then x and y will be removed and a is the constant. Then nothing is there to integrate, or nothing, no variable will remain there. So variable must be replaced by variable. That means inside the integration we are replacing x and y by r and theta. R and theta. So this must be replaced by the variables, not by the constants. These constants, that means r equal to 1 and r equal to root e, are only up to the limits. Okay. So now we will integrate this one. So here we have only log of r, and there is no theta is there, only log of r. So we will assume that, and these are also constant limits. So we can integrate this within a single step. This is the d theta only. There is no sin theta, cos theta like this, only d theta. So theta 0 to 2 pi. These two I will take it outside. So this is the integration. Because only we are doing this in a single step only because these limits are constants and these functions are separated. That means r and theta have been separated, not mixed. The integration of log of r. Log of r has no direct formula to integrate. So we will try to use the concept of LIAT rule. L for log function, I for inverse functions, A for algebraic functions. You must be doing A for algebraic functions, T for trigonometric functions, and E for exponential functions. But here we can see that there is a single function log of r. So what will we do to integrate? Just we will make here integration by part. We will solve this by using the method of integration by parts. Okay, and according to this we must have the two functions u and v. And so integration of u and v can be written as u integration v dv minus integration here du by dx. Okay, here v dx, sorry, v dx into integration of v dx, and here is dx. So in this way we can integrate. So here log r is the single function, so we will put here 1 because 1 has no effect on it when we multiply, and we will consider log as u and this as v. Obviously whatever the function come first, we assume this as u and the second one as v. So as per this formula, log of r will remain as it is. Then integration of 1 with respect to r. Integration of 1 with respect to r. This is what? This is nothing but r. So here I will write down r. Okay? Here I will write down r. So just I will put this bracket. Here this is from 1 to root e. Minus integration 1 to root e. Here derivative of u. Du by dx, that means log of r has the derivative 1 upon r, and this one has the integration similar of this kind, it is r dr. Okay, so now see, what will happen now? This is equal to 2, this is 2 pi minus 0, that means 2 pi, and it is what? Here we will put r equal to root e. This r I will write first. So root e into log of root e minus, this is r is 1. We will put 1. R equal to 1 into log of 1. But you know log of 1 is 0. Log of 1 is 0. Minus, this r and r will be cancelled. So what will happen? Here its integration is nothing but 1. So minus integration is r 1 to root e. Okay, so this is nothing but 2 into 2 pi into root e log of root e. This is 0, this is root e minus 1, but outside there is minus 1 sign, so plus. So you can see that, and you can simplify these values. These values you can simplify. So it is the required answer. Okay, and here one more thing. What about log of root e? Log of root e. Log of root e, that means it is log of e raised to 1/2. So 1/2 we can take it outside, so log of e. And obviously base we are not writing. And I told you that whenever base of log is not written, then it is by default it is understood as base is e. Otherwise, if base 10 is there, then it must be written. It must be written 10. But if nothing is written, then we must assume that the base is e. But we know that the value of e, log of e, base e is always 1. So this is 1/2. So you can put this as 1/2, and then you can simplify and get the proper value. Okay, so you note down this. Now let us see another example. This part is very much important because in examination always one example comes based on polar coordinates. Let us see one example. Evaluate integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus x square plus y square dx dy. So here only it is written to evaluate. Okay, no, nothing is asked whether you want to use polar coordinates or not. But by looking to the structure over here, you can see if we cannot solve this. Here limits are given, so region is not written. Limits are already given, but you can see that we cannot integrate e raised to minus x square plus y square with respect to x or with respect to y. It is not easier task. So we will try to solve this by using polar coordinates. But to do this, what will we do here? We will have to draw the figure because limits are very much important. Here it is not as simple as you can put x square plus y square equal to r square and here r d theta. This is not the only task, because when you convert this into polar form, limits will also change. Using polar coordinates, we will have the limits r less than or equal to and theta less than. But we will have to draw the figure. But how will we draw the figure? To draw the figure, this can be drawn from these limits. Here dx dy is limit, dx dy is written. So we will assume that these are the limits of x and these are the limits of y. So what do we are given? We are given 0 less than or equal to x less than infinity, because these are the limits of x and we always write the limits into this form. And the second limits are also 0 less than or equal to y less than infinity. Here we cannot write less than or equal to, because infinity never equals to any number. So we will draw this. That means here, this means that x lies between 0 and infinity. X lies between 0 and infinity. X equal to 0 is what? X equal to 0 is nothing but y-axis. And x equal to 1, if we want to draw, suppose, then it is a line passing through x equal to 1. X equal to 2 is a line parallel to y-axis passing through 2. But x tends to infinity. That means it is also just kind of line drawn, imaginary line, just we will imagine at infinity, because we cannot reach up to infinite and our paper size is not, we cannot extend up to infinity. So we can show this by drawing a line. That means this is x equal to infinity. Similarly, y equal to 0. Y equal to 0 means x-axis. And y equal to infinity means horizontal line, but this is also at infinity. That means here this is the boundary, it is also boundary, and these two are boundary. That means the whole first quadrant will come, whole first quadrant. As a region we will have the whole first quadrant, because this has not limit. Why this line has also not limit? Because it tends to infinity. So the first quadrant is our region. So to draw to determine the limits in polar coordinates, as I told you, draw an oblique line passing through origin, and the region, see the endpoints of the strip line, the endpoints, one endpoint is here and second point has no limit, it is extending and extending. So here at origin r equal to 0 and this r is extending and extending, that means the length is infinity. Then let us see about the angle theta. Always angle we start from here, x-axis. So here 0 to pi by 2, because the whole region is covered within first quadrant. So 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. And therefore our integration will become 0 to pi by 2, 0 to infinity, e raised to minus r square, and this is r dr d theta. So now the integration is very simple. You can also do within one step, because both the limits are constants and this is also separated. That means r and theta are not mixed in. So here e raised to minus r square is there, but minus r square has the derivative minus 2r and it is already there. So minus 2 is not there. So the integration of this will be e raised to minus r square itself. But minus 2 is not there, so we will divide this by minus 2. Okay, we will divide this by minus 2. So to adjust the constants can be adjusted, but the variable cannot be adjusted. If your r is not written, only e raised to minus r square is written, suppose, then you cannot write this as e raised to minus r square upon minus 2r. This r cannot be adjusted, only constants can be adjusted. So r must be there here into d theta, and it is from 0 to infinity. So this has the integration. See now, this minus 1/2 I will write down outside this 1/2. Now e raised to minus infinity, r equal to infinity, so e raised to minus infinity is 0. Minus, this we put 0, e raised to 0 is 1 d theta. Okay, So this is nothing but 0 minus 1 is minus 1. This minus 1 I will take it outside, so it is 1 half. So it is only d theta, so theta 0 to pi by 2. So here 1 half into pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus 0. So this is the answer pi by 4. So you can solve this problem very easily. Okay? So students, whatever the examples here I have shown to you over here, you try yourself during the remaining time of this lecture. You practice yourself. Okay? Then you will be sure that the problems based on polar coordinates directly given or the conversion of the problems given in Cartesian form but into polar form are also very easier. Okay? So next time we will see more examples based on this polar conversion into polar coordinates, and also we will come with the new concept of multiple integral. Okay? Till then you try and practice with these examples.